What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we will be doing a tiny build for a mother and daughter, and it's going to be a 2-bedroom 2-bath. This whole house was about $49,000, which was a lot, but I think in the end it's okay. So let's start off by doing our exterior. So on the exterior, I wanted it to be a 2-story house, and I really wanted it to be pretty much the downstairs is going to be the kitchen living room area, and then upstairs is going to be the bathroom and the 2 bedrooms. So it's pretty simple. This can definitely be like a starter home for someone. Obviously you would probably do it unfurnished so that your sim can move right into it. And I had a lot of trouble with this build because I was trying to do something different with the roofing, but as you can see, I struggled. But in the end, it came out pretty good. So I looked at a picture that was similar to this build, and it had like a lot of brick with a solid color. So all I did was change out the solid color choice and made it my own style. And I also added a lot of landscaping around the house because it is on a lot that is on a cliff, like literally on the cliff side. You can see the water to the right. So I wanted to make sure I added, like, you know, all different pretty much just a lot of different elements to it to make it fit in with the surrounding area. I feel like this is like a very peaceful and relaxing place that a mother and daughter would live. I did add some outdoor activities for the mother and daughter, so a lot of their fun activities will be inside and outside. The landscaping, I kept it pretty simple, but also keeping in mind that I wanted some color. So I added purple, blue, and some white. And then I added those, I don't know what they're called, but they're like the light green type of plant. And then I just pretty much made the plants just hug around the house so that it came together very nicely. So here I am working on the fencing now. So I wanted to use some tall fencing, but I didn't like any of the ones we had. They were not the ones I wanted. So I just went and did this cute little grass hedge type of look. It came out really cute. And I'm adding in some trash can and a mailbox and doing a little bit of terrain paint around the place. I feel like when you add terrain to the house, it really like makes it look like realistic. Because if I didn't add that, it would have looked like undone to me. I'm adding in the lighting now, so at nighttime your sims can see. Because I know sometimes like they'll walk out and they'll be like, it's dark. So I add some lighting. So here we are working on our actual floor plan. So I am not gonna lie, I feel like it was a little bit of a squeeze for some places, like especially the living area and the entrance. The kitchen, I wanted it to be sort of larger, but you can definitely make this kitchen smaller if you wanted more room in the living room. And I wanted to put an island in the middle, but I couldn't because it just didn't look right. So I just took it away. It's just not a big space. So we had to make do and just use an open kitchen area. I used those brown and black countertops. The top, I guess, is supposed to be marble. It looked really nice with the wallpaper. The staircase, I really didn't know where to put it, but then I was like, you know what, let's just put it right here up against a wall. And that's kind of where the space started to become more smaller, because now I have that small space for the living area. Upstairs, it's also very small. This is a tiny build, so keep that in mind. And, I pretty much wanted to make sure every room had its own like little space. I'm adding in a fireplace with a TV on top of it, and I could not find a rug for the life of me for this living room. I did not see. I wanted one that was like that round rug with the pattern on it, but I wanted it to be fluffy. But we don't have none, so I had to use this one. I feel like this one kind of brings a little bit of color into the build. Then I'm putting a fireplace and a little seating area over here. Also with some, I think I used I forgot what pack it was, but for these different curtains I used the all black ones just to tie in the black with the browns, and I think it came out nice. So here we are working on the upstairs. I think I started working on the little girls room first because I was like, I'm pretty good when it comes to kids room. It's pretty easy, just do what you want. You're pretty much free to do any color. And I went with this bed. I think the two colors in it were really pretty, especially the teal. And I pretty much always base my builds off of the colors of a bed or like something that is designed, because it's just easier to do it that way. Because if I start with the wallpaper and then I put the bed, I'm not going to know what bed to use. So I always choose the colors from the bed. And yeah, I feel like the little girl, she's probably going to be like one of those little girls who loves to sit in her room and read and also play her violin. She's going to be definitely on the artsy musical side, just chilling in her room and writing in her journal. I did give her like some cute stuffed animals, but I feel like this child will probably be on the peak of being a teenager, because a lot of her stuff in the build is kind of a little bit more on the older child side. So in the mother's room, I went with a black and a light brown scheme. I really struggled with choosing a bed because I was like, with the color scheme of the house and the way that I wanted her room to be, I didn't really have a lot of choices because of how small her room was. But I think I made a very good choice the way I designed it, because I kept it very simple, but I feel like it would be something like a mother who is a hardworking woman would love. It's very clean and it looks very calm with those curtains in there. In the bathroom, we did have a very tight fit as well. There is no bathtub, but you do have a shower and everything else that you need. And you also have a beautiful black white color scheme in here. I kept it very simple, but a little bit, I guess, on the modern side with some of the mirrors and the shower. I put this plant. I really didn't know what kind of plant to put in there, but anyways, we are now working on our decorations for the house now. So we're putting a little bit of clutter here and there in the living area, and also we're putting some clutter in the living room. I put this table with like, I think a cute little, it's like a little book set with a plant. It looks really cute. And then I put a painting on the wall. I added that little, I don't know if it's like a table or if it's like a little seating, but I added that next to the couch. Now we're working on the kitchen area, adding some little details, a sink, and I couldn't find a rug, so we don't end up putting a rug in here because none of them went with what I was looking for. I wanted that bottle to be a wine, not a wine bottle, but like olive oil, because I was like, maybe this mother loves to cook, so I put a lot of cooking things in there. I'm putting some alarms in the house because you have to have that in your game, because people will walk in there or burglars will come in there and try to steal your stuff. All right, guys, please enjoy these screenshots. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys in my next one.